Hi, I'm Karen Ingram and I'm the National Nordic Walking Trainer for Wales for British Nordic Walking. And I'm here today to talk to you about balance and to teach you some balance exercises that you can do at home to really improve your ability to balance and hopefully therefore reduce the chances of tripping or falling over. But also great exercises you can incorporate into your Nordic walking sessions if you're out and about, as well as doing them in the house. So before we start with balance, I just want to explain to you some of the ways that you can make any of these exercises easier or make them harder. So the first one is kind of the number of points of contact you've got with the floor. So when I'm stood like this, I've got 4 points of contact with the floor. I've got both my poles and both my feet. Now, the more I reduce that, the harder an exercise becomes. So if I'm standing on one leg, I've now only got 3 things on the floor. I could make that harder again by taking one pole away. Now I'm balancing only on 2 things. Then I can make it harder again by taking another pole away. Now I'm literally just balancing on 1 foot. So if you ever want to make something easier, put 1 more item, so 2 out of 4 on the floor, 3 out of 4 on the floor, etc. So that's one way that you can do it. Just looking at my notes. The other thing you can do is to increase the size of what we call your base of support. So this is easiest. Wide stance, wide poles, okay? And then I can make that harder by bringing everything closer together. Feet together and the poles close to each other is less stable. And then obviously then starting to take things off the floor and standing on one leg, very narrow, makes things much harder than balancing with things wide. Okay, so the width of your base of support can make things easier or harder as well. And then the last thing, but really important, is what you're doing with your eyes. So if I really look at something, so I'm going to look at the corner of the room in front of me, there's something on the wall, I can really fix on that and I keep my eyes open, that helps me to balance. Whereas if I'm looking down or if I close my eyes, that makes it a lot harder. Or if you look at something moving. So if you're watching me and I wobble, that will be enough to make you wobble as well. Okay, so watch your eyes, and at any point if you find it too hard, just bring more things onto the floor or widen your stance. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is just our running progression. Okay, so we're going to start off by just bringing one heel up and then the other heel. And I've got both feet on the floor. This counts as a little bit of a warm-up as well. And I'm just running on the spot. Okay, I'll show you side on, lifting alternate heels. Okay, and now I can take one pole off and not use the other pole at all. Not use this pole at all. And then I can take both poles off. And now I'm just relying on my balance to keep that running on the spot going. Okay, and then bringing the heels down. If you want to make that harder again, okay, you can bring both heels up and then just bring one heel down, both up together. One heel down, both up together. I'll show you side up. One heel down, both heels up. One heel down, both up. Now just with one pole. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then with no poles to make it harder again. And up, and up. And then bringing the heels back down. Okay, so now we're going to just do some simple knee raises. So you're going to have your poles in front of you and just bring one knee up and lower it back down. And the other knee and lower it back down. You can do this with one pole and back down and up and back down. Or you can do it with both poles off the floor. A little bit more tricky. Up, and foot comes down, and up, and down, And keep that gaze. So I'm really looking at something straight ahead on the wall. And that will help you to balance and bring the legs back down. Okay, similar, but a little bit more tricky. We're going to do arm raises and knee taps. I'm going to come back so you can see me. My arms are up above me. And then I bring my poles down. Knee and poles come together. Hold it for a little bit. Foot comes down, arms come up. Pole comes down, touch the knee. Back up you come. Poles come down, touch your knee. Back up you come. Come down, just balance the two together. Back up you come. Pole comes down as you tap the knee. Back up you come. And the other side, balancing. Okay, and one last one, I'll just show it to you side on. Tapping the knee. Ooh, it's a bit shaky then. And then coming back up and bringing the arms back down. Good, okay. So, ankle circles. So again, this is a great one you can do progression. So start nice and wide. Just bring one foot off and we're going to circle. And then you can do it with one pole. And you can do it with no poles. And then you change direction going around the other way. And then we change feet. So you choose whichever level is right for you. If you need to have one pole down, that's fine. If you can manage no poles, then that's fabulous. And you're just circling. But just make sure you're safe. Again, if you're at home, there's nothing to stop you putting your hand on a kitchen worktop or on the wall, whatever, or you can kind of hover it above it so that if you need to, you can tap down, whichever you prefer. Just practicing our ankle circles to balance. Brilliant, okay. The next exercise is called the bug. Okay, and this is fabulous for training your tracking of your legs, okay? And you can do this by having your hands against a wall or holding side onto a wall or using your poles for stability. I'm going to show you this face on and I'm also going to show you it side on. So feet hip width apart. First of all, you bend the knees, keeping your heels on the floor. Then you pop the heels up, push up to stand tall and lower the heels back down. You can see it a little bit better side on. So I bend my knees, keep my heels down. Now you pop your heels up, drive up through the balls of the feet, lower the heels back down. So bend the knees, lift the heels, push up, lower the heels back down. And you're trying not to be like Elvis, so try and track straight. So you bend, pop, push up, and lower the heels down. Bend the knees, pop up, drive up, and lower back down. You can do it with just one pole. Bend, up, push up, and heels down. This is quite tricky with no poles. I'll give it a go. Bend, pop, drive up, and then the heels come down. So that's a way that you can make that harder as you go along, taking away your balance. Such a good exercise for good tracking of the legs. Okay, next exercise. If you've already done the stretch module, you're going to know this exercise a little bit, but we're going to do this with adding some balance. So you're going to have the poles out in front of you. And I quite like doing this with the heels touching together. So you've got a bit of a V with your feet. And then you're going to bring the poles into your thighs as you rise up on your toes, push in, and then the arms come back up as the heels come back down. So you bring the poles into your thighs, come up, I'm looking at something ahead, and then the heels come down and the arms come back. And you bring the arms down, press into your thighs, grow tall, lower the heels back down, and the arms come back up. And again, press down, stand up tall on your tiptoes, and then lower the heels down and just relax. Okay, I'm just checking my list again. All right, so now we've got hip opener. And again, you can progress this. Let's just start simple. Poles on the floor, feet hip width apart. So you bring one knee up, open the door, close the door, and bring the foot back down. Other knee comes up, open the door, close the door, bring the foot back down. Okay, one pole. Knee comes up, open, close, foot comes down. Knee comes up, open the door, close the door, foot comes back down. Okay, no poles. Up you come, woo, bit of a wobble, open, close, and back down you come. Come up, open, close, and back down. So coming up, balancing, do your best. Remember, you can use the pole on the floor if you need to. Back down you come. Last one, leg comes up, open the door, close, and bringing the foot back down. Excellent job. Okay, now we're going to do a timed one leg balance. Okay, and this is a great way for you to measure your progression, because the more you practice balance, the better you will get at it. I absolutely promise you. So all I want you to do, you can do this in your own time. So you can do this by a watch, or just do it by counting, like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. See how many seconds you can balance on one leg for. So literally, the ideal is no poles. You bring one knee up and you just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you count for as long as you can. Bring the foot down and you write your score down. So left leg, I can stand on it for a count of 12 or whatever it was. Then we do the other side and you come up and you're just going to hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So count it for as long as you possibly can, and then bring the foot down. And write that number down as well. And I promise you, if you practice balancing a little bit every day or a few times a week, if you do that time again, say in a couple of weeks' time, your number will definitely be higher. Really worth doing. Okay, the last one, we're going to do a wide stance balance. Okay, so you're going to have your feet turned out like this, so in a big V, and I'm going to pull my legs together without them moving. So it's a bit like you want to do that, but your feet stuck in cement, okay? So I'm kind of pulling my thighs together and drawing my heels together, okay? Then your arms reach up above you and you come up onto your tiptoes and you pull your heels together when they're off the floor, and then you bring everything back down. Step back a bit more. So I pull my legs together and I come right up onto my tiptoes, and then I lower my arms back down and the heels come down. I'm trying to get back so you can see my pulls. Pull the heels together. Up you come, stand up really, 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 really tall. And then lower the heels back down. And let's do that one more time. Pull together, up you come, balance on those toes. Keep looking straight ahead. And then bringing yourself all the way back down, and there you go. So those are your little balance challenges. You can do them anytime you want to, peppered throughout the day, or come and watch this video again and do them as a little chunk. If you want to, you can now go on and do, say for example, the stretch module to have a nice stretch after doing that. And I hope you enjoy your Nordic walking. Thank you.